In the age of satellites and cyber warfare, of stealth bombers and hypersonic missiles, it might seem almost absurd that one of the most revolutionary platforms in modern warfare has 8 wheels and looks, to the untrained eye, like a glorified cargo truck. But that's where the genius hides. Beneath its steel skin and industrial profile, the Rheinmetall HX3 doesn't just transport supplies. It transforms the very logic of logistics, fire support, and survivability on the battlefield. It's a shapeshifter, a beast, a ghost in the convoy line. A war machine designed to carry more than just equipment, it carries doctrine, fear, and the digital pulse of the 21st century military. At first look, the HX3 does little to impress anyone obsessed with aesthetics. Its silhouette is brutalistic, pragmatic, and almost deliberately devoid of flourish. But its true artistry lies beneath that armor-plated realism. The HX3 is the result of a lineage that stretches back decades. USN from a collaboration between MAN and Rheinmetall, 2 titans of German engineering. Its predecessors, the HX1 and HX2, had already carved out a reputation as global workhorses, fielded by over 20 countries and praised for their durability in the unkindest corners of the earth. From the deserts of Afghanistan to the snow-walled roads of Scandinavia, those trucks earned the military's respect the hard way, through millions of kilometers of dirt, fire, and survival. But with the HX3, Rheinmetall didn't just upgrade a design. They reimagined it from the ground up, fusing classical German robustness with the modern digital warfare capabilities. The vehicle is, first and foremost, an uncompromising protector. It doesn't just carry troops or tow artillery, it safeguards lives in transit. Its cab can be equipped with modular armor, scalable depending on the threat environment. In its standard form, it already meets STANAG 4569 Level 2 ballistic protection, shrugging off 7.62 by 39mm API rounds and grenade fragments. But when the battlefield heats up, it can be scaled to Level 3. Offering resistance to 155mm artillery shell fragments and even mine blasts. Beneath the floor, anti-blast panels are designed to channel explosive force away from the cabin, a subtle but life-saving design choice. Inside, the vehicle feels less like a truck and more like a mobile bunker. Shock-resistant sheeting, sealed climate control environments, and even overpressure systems are there. Not for comfort, but to ensure the crew survive, even when everything around them burns. Mobility, though, is where the HX3 begins to defy expectations. This isn't a lumbering supply mule. This is a high-performance multi-terrain athlete disguised as a truck. Powered by a MAN diesel engine generating up to 515 horsepower, the HX3 moves its bulk fully loaded across unforgiving landscapes with startling grace. It boasts an all-wheel drive system, up to 10x10 configuration, central tire inflation, and rear axle steering. These features mean it can cross muddy ravines, snow-covered inclines, and tight urban alleyways with equal ease. It can scale gradients of 60%, hold traction on 30% side slopes, and ford 1.5 meters of water without needing preparation. This is not standard for a truck. It borders on science fiction. And range? Over 400 miles loaded. That means entire operations can be supported without needing refueling, a logistics blessing when every fuel drop counts. It hits a top speed of 56 miles per hour on roads and can sustain high speeds off-road too, in an era where mobility equals survivability. If you want to compare the HX3 with its predecessor, the HX2, the evolution becomes obvious. The HX2, which already had a reputation for reliability, served as a reliable transportation and artillery platform for armed forces around the world. It was capable of crossing rough terrain, providing basic mobility, and performing a variety of missions. However, the HX2 lacked the advanced digital integration and modular capabilities that define the new truck. But what makes HX3 paradigm shifter is payload flexibility. This is a multi-mission vehicle, not a one-trick pony. It adjusts to serve the mission. Configurations range all over the map to include 4x4 and 10x10 with a payload capacity of up to 17 tons. It can carry fuel pods, ammunition, bridging equipment, radar equipment, mobile medical stations, missile launchers, electronic attack equipment, and even containerized drone operations. But perhaps most stunning of all is compatibility with Rheinmetall's remote-controlled Howitzer 155. Imagine a track-mounted, fully automated howitzer capable of firing NATO standard 155mm rounds to a distance of 25 miles with extended range ammunition. Now, imagine it unmanned in its turret. The RCH-155 configuration on HX3 makes it a rolling specter of artillery, self-propelled, self-targeted, remote-activated killer. It has a digital fire control to point and shoot in seconds, a multiple round simultaneous impact mode to barrage attack and be out of position before the adversary knows and has had a chance to even register it. Bulletproof anti-battery ninja-type firepower. Reluctant to kill, but very willing to kill if necessary. And firepower is only part of what goes into HX3. Equally critical is its digital design. The truck has a drive-by-wire control system, and that might sound boring until it is realized this enables full remote control. That is to say, the truck can be operated by a human or by software. And, in fact, Rheinmetall has already demonstrated autonomous convoy functionality, where a human-driven lead vehicle is followed by multiple driverless HX3s, each mimicking the route and behavior of the front truck. Where terrain of high risk is involved, that would equal fewer lives at risk, fewer drivers in danger, and faster transit through kill areas. Health and usage monitoring systems are tracking every vibration, every temperature fluctuation, every drop in pressure. It doesn't just tell you it's broken, it tells you when it will break. Maintenance is anticipatory. Downtime is minimized. And in a global landscape where supply chains are a matter of victory or defeat, that is not just an advantage, it is the difference between victory and remembrance. Even the vehicle's electronics suite is plug-and-play. Modular components can be swapped, upgraded, or mission-tuned in hours, not days. Need a battlefield sensor? Snap it in. Reconfiguring for EW? Switch the module. This is the Lego set of modern militaries designed not just to evolve, but to anticipate evolution. What makes all of this truly haunting, however, is the thought that such power and flexibility are no longer experimental, they're operational. Germany has already committed to purchasing these systems. Several NATO nations, including the UK, Norway, and Hungary, are deep in procurement talks. In simulated war games and real-world test deployments, HX3 units are proving that wars may one day be decided not by fighter jets overhead, but by modular, mobile networked war platforms rolling silently through forests and fields. And amid all this mechanical sophistication lies an unexpectedly human side. Soldiers who've worked with the HX3 have taken to calling it the quiet box. Not because it's actually quiet, it still growls like a diesel dragon, but because inside that cabin, they find a sliver of peace. It's the moment when, even in war, they feel safe. It's when they sleep during long hauls, where they eat rations without looking over their shoulder, where they can breathe filtered air and feel for just a moment like the chaos outside isn't all there is. It's ironic that in a vehicle built for war, some have found the closest thing to home. And that may be the most powerful part of the HX3's story, because behind the steel and circuits, beyond the armor and artillery, this vehicle represents something larger than itself. It's the intersection of force and foresight, of defense and dignity. It is quite literally the truck that carries tomorrow's battlefield on its back. The HX-3 doesn't scream for attention like a fighter jet slicing the sky or a tank crushing the ground beneath its treads. It doesn't dazzle with flybys or make headings with launch footage. But it matters more than most people realize. In the quiet logistics lanes, in the contested border crossings, in the rear lines of the front line, it is there, watching, carrying, powering the war machine without asking for glory. This is the Rheinmetall HX-3, and it's not the future of warfare, it's the present, just hidden in plain sight. What are your thoughts on the Rheinmetall HX-3? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel to get our latest videos straight to your notifications.